Hey there, this is your coach James Wilson, and in this mobility drill we're going to be focusing on the hips, which also kind of the lower back and the knees as well. We kind of fall under this category as well. So what we're going to do is start out with our foam rolling. We're going to start out with our hamstrings, and so you're going to get down, start out, rolling out on the hamstrings. I like to cut them in half, so kind of roll the bottom half out at first. You can go to one leg and kind of roll from side to side as well. See if you got any trigger points in there that show up that way. And switch sides. Again, just kind of working side to side as well, up and down the muscle. All right, so I'm gonna work out the top half of the hamstrings now. Remember, really get in there where the hamstrings and the glutes meet. Again, kind of working that side to side as well. Okay, let's switch sides. And working side to side. Working right up there where the hamstring and the glute meet. There's usually a good deal of tension in there. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the glutes. So we're gonna cross our leg. We're gonna point that knee to the ground, and we're gonna roll out on that butt cheek or glute. We're gonna kind of change your body position, kind of looking around, trying to find those trigger points. You don't want to just kind of roll out the same area, just up and down. You want to work around and see where you got the tension. It's going to be different. You know, it could be different each time, it could be different from one side to the next. All right, let's switch sides. Cross that leg, point that knee down. It's gonna get you over onto that hip. And again, it's gonna allow you to kind of dig in a little bit better on that side. So again, just kind of rolling from side to side as you're rolling up and down, looking for tension in the different areas there. Good, couple more. All right, so now we're gonna work on our quads. So we're gonna flip over, start out, working out right above the knees to the middle half of the quad. Just kind of rolling out as, if you can put more pressure on one side. You can kind of rolling side to side on one leg as you're going up and down. And then going on the other side, kind of taking putting more pressure on that side. And kind of rolling side to side as you're working up and down on it. All right, so let's go ahead and work up to the upper half of the quad. So for this, you're gonna definitely want to lean over to one side. You want to get over all the way up into the hip flexor, kind of come around onto the side as well. Just kind of working around in that upper hip. It's real important to get up into that upper hip and hip flexor area. And to do that, you got to get onto one side. So again, just kind of working from that middle half up, and just kind of working from side to side, looking for the tension. All right, let's switch sides. So again, get on one leg, or just kind of get on one side there, working up into the hip and hip flexor, and rotating over to the side, coming down a little bit, rotating over again. Kind of looking for those trigger points. Probably won't be too hard to find at first. Again, getting down into that right from the middle half all the way up. Yeah, just kind of working side to side as you're working up and down. All right, so last one we're gonna do is the inner thigh. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna set the foam roller down. You're gonna lay down next to it. Then you're going to set your, start right by the knee, get on that meaty part, right on the inside of the knee. Probably pretty sensitive there at first, and then just kind of work your way. Again, just a little bit at a time, working your way all the way in. All the way into the groin there. And just hitting that inside part of the leg and really making sure you're getting right inside that knee. All right, so switch sides. And make sure you start all the way out by the knee. If I don't start there, I don't usually get out there. Starting out there, digging in, little strokes, working your way in. And coming all the way into the groin, rolling back out, and kind of rotating the leg up and down as you're doing it. Just kind of looking for the different angles and seeing how that affects the foam rolling there, the tension. All right, so that's it. So now that we're done with our foam rolling, we're gonna move on to some stretching. So our first stretch is just gonna be a basic frog stretch. So you're gonna start out on your hands and knees. You wanna spread your knees out as wide as you can. You got your feet on the mat, down back behind you. You don't want them out too wide. They don't need to be in real close, just kind of straight back is good. And then what we're gonna do, starting out nice and tall, we're gonna push our butt back towards our heels, and then we're gonna release. I'll show you from the side. So again, you're gonna push your butt back, and release, keeping your head up, good tall spine, push your butt back, and release, push your butt back, and release, push your butt back, and release. If you can, work the knees out a little wider. We got a few more here, push that butt back, and release, 2 more. Push back, and release, last one, push back, and release. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next one, which is gonna be a bow stretch. So you're gonna start out laying on your stomach, nice and long. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach back and grab our foot with one side, staying really long on the other. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna push our hip bone into the ground, and we're gonna pick our chest and our knee up off the ground like we're stringing a bow. Hold it for a second, and then back down. And then drive that hip bone, bring yourself up, and back down. And drive that hip bone up, come up, and back down. Let's do 2 more. Up, and back down. Last one, up, and back down. All right, let's switch sides. So, you're gonna reach out nice and long with that other side. You're gonna reach back and grab, and drive that hip bone into the ground. Bring yourself up, nice and long. Keep that elbow locked out, and back down, and up, and back down, and up, and back down. Let's do 2 more. Up, and back down, up, and back down. All right. So our last one is going to be a hamstring stretch. So you're gonna need a rope or a towel or something like that to do this one. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna loop it around your foot. I want you to start lying on your back. Don't pick your feet up, anything up yet. Get your upper body position set. So head, upper back, and tailbone pressed into the mat. You've got your lower back pressed into the mat as well. And keeping those points in contact with the mat, you're gonna raise your leg up until you just start to feel a little tension in the hamstrings, okay? So at this point, we're gonna use our breathing. Breathe in and release. Just kind of relax. If it comes a little further, that's fine. We're just trying to relax. Now, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna pull our foot across our body one way, and then pull it back out All right, here we go. Gonna take a deep breath in and release. Keep that knee locked out. Deep breath in and release. Okay, one more time. Let's pull the foot across our body. And then let's bring it out. And bring it back to center. Last time. Breathe in through your nose. And out. And in. And out. All right, so let's switch sides. So again, switch feet, or switch the rope on your feet. Get your head, upper back, and tailbone set. Lower back press into the mat, keeping those points in contact. Bring the foot up, keep those points of contact. Don't let them come up as we're doing this. Find where you're starting to get tight. And here we go, let's just take a nice deep breath. And release. All right, let's pull the foot across the midline. Let's pull it out wide, keeping everything in contact with the mat. Bring it back to center. Okay, 2 breaths. Here we go, into the nose. And out. In. And out. All right, so one more time. Let's pull it across the midline. Let's pull it out wide. Bring it back to the center. Let's get one more good breath. All right, so now that we've done that, we're gonna move on to our dynamic mobility stuff. So we're gonna start out with a leg lower. So I'm gonna demonstrate this using a passive leg lower. So I'm gonna use the rope to hold my foot in a position. As you get better with this, take the rope away and hold the leg in position without it, and that'll increase the core demand, but I'm gonna demonstrate it the first way. So we're gonna get set, actually just like we did. Posture set, all those, head, upper back, and tailbone, lower back. Bring this leg up. Now, what I'm gonna do is keep this knee locked out. Keep that knee locked out. I'm gonna slowly raise this leg up, and I'm gonna lower it back down. Now I've gotta touch my calf to the mat. If I can't touch my calf, it means I'm bending my knee a little bit. And I come back up. Now, if as you come up, you get a little slack, like this foot comes up a little higher, that's fine. Keep it where, just take up that slack, touch your calf. Good, back up. Back down. Then you gotta touch your calf on the way back down. And up. Back down. Let's do one more. Up. And back down. All right, so let's switch sides. And again, remember, as you get better, you can take that rope away. So instead of the rope holding your leg up, you hold it up. So, come up. Okay, here we go, everything's set. I'm gonna raise that leg up. And bring it back down. I'm gonna touch my calf to the mat. Nice. Back up. And down. Both knees staying locked out. Up. And down. Touching that calf. Up. And down. Do 2 more. Up. And down. Last one. And down. All right. Good job. Okay, so the last one we're gonna do is our toe touch series. So to do this one, you're gonna need, I've got the FMS kit. You can use a board, just anything that's going to let you raise your toes up a couple inches. I mean, I've used, mats, rolled up mats, anything that just lets you get your toes up. you know, about an inch or two off the ground. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get set with our toes on the board. We want the foam roller between our knees here, okay? Don't want it between the knees, we want it right above the knees. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach tall for the ceiling. We're gonna squeeze that foam roller, keep squeezing the foam roller, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. We're gonna come down and we're gonna touch our toes. If you need to, you can move the foam roller back a little bit. It's getting in the way. And two, you can bend your knees if you need to. So reach for the ceiling, squeeze your knees, keep squeezing the knees, bend down, touch your toes. If you need to, let your knees bend. Okay, up, squeeze, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Come down, you're gonna touch toes if you need to. You can bend your knees as little as you need to, as much as you have to get down there. Squeeze, keep squeezing. Let's do one more. Reach tall, squeeze, keep squeezing. All right, last one. So our last thing here, we're gonna come to our heels on the board now. So again, reach tall for the ceiling, squeeze, keep squeezing. Remember, you gotta touch your toes. So reach tall, squeeze, keep squeezing that foam roller. Get down there to your toes. You're gonna reach tall, squeeze, keep squeezing. You gotta get down to the toes. We got two more. Up, squeeze, keep squeezing as you reach for the toes. Last one, up, squeeze, keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing, and down. All right, there you go. So that does it for this mobility routine. Your hips, low back, knees should definitely be feeling a lot looser, ready to move, and that's the whole point. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. It's gonna give you a lot of benefits on the bike in everyday life, and I'll talk to you in the next one.